Hi, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to Starting Lineup, today's segment of Fit AF. I'm here with Paul Claros, right?
Yes.
Paul, not Ryan.
Paul,
Okay.
correct.
They're twins, guys. Come on, it's pretty hard to remember. Anyway, so we're here at Custom Fitness, and he's going to tell us about the Blueprint project, which I'm not really aware about. So I'll hand the mic over to you. You can explain it a little bit more in detail. Maybe I'll get a warm up before we do this.
So what's going to happen is today we're going to do, we have in Blueprint Project 1, we have two tests. We have the RMR, which is your resting metabolic rate, and then, but for you today, we're going to do the VO2 test. Basically, we're gonna check your body's ability to intake oxygen and see how it processes that. And from there, we can kind of gauge where you're at in terms of your current fitness level, where you want to be, and in terms of how you need to be training moving forward. So that's the kind of goal, okay?
Okay.
All right, so the way it's going to work is we already kind of got your numbers in. She's a little bit excited or nervous or at the same time. All right, so
Don't want to faint.
she'll be fine. So what we're going to ask her to do is basically warm up about 3 to 5 minutes, okay? And then when we get in, we'll set you up with the mask, and we'll show everyone how we're going to do things and stuff like that. We'll talk about protocols, and then we'll get you going, okay?
Okay. Maybe I'll just warm up on the side, right?
Go. Sorry. Good.
So hey, Paul, this program, the Blueprint Project, how long have you guys been administering this here at the
Well,
gym?
we've been since December. We've kind of been experimenting to make sure all our protocols are correct, and we've gotten about full time since February.
Is this program part of the regular classes here at Custom,
It's
or
actually,
is this a?
it's actually a different part of, and it's not necessarily part of Custom Fitness. It's just a different entity of my brothers and myself. So
okay.
we wanted to find another avenue to not only help our athletes, but I think everyone else, on Guam.
So for the main fitness goals, if someone is interested in the program, why would you recommend this to them? Like, what kind of ailments or kind of improvements in their physical fitness which should they be looking for?
All right, so I mean, for everyone, it's going to be different. It's all going to be determined on their goals. One of the biggest issues that we see with a lot of athletes in general is that they don't know. They don't know where they stand. There's no. They know that they run hard, and the problem is that we see everyone running hard, or lifting and working out, and they never give their body an opportunity to take a break. So with this, and what we're going to check is we're going to see in terms of heart rate, in terms of oxygen intake, where we can actually help her and achieve better efficiency for less time.
Okay, so it's like a diagnostic analysis.
Correct. Basically, just we're checking underneath the engine today.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sabrina did this, right?
Yes,
Sabrina tried.
and she had such a good time doing this.
I know she was enthusiastic about having Asha come today.
She was so excited. Yeah, but like I said, it's going to just give us an opportunity to see what's under the hood, and that way we can program our athletes a little bit better. And you don't necessarily have to be our athlete. You can come in, and anyone can kind of do this. And what we do is, coming from this, there's a couple of ways that we can do. I mean, we can have personal programming and or just generalized programming for you as well.
Is this something that people should just call in to come in and see, or is it schedulable throughout the week, Monday through Saturday?
Yes,
or?
so it's all going to be dependent. Honestly, we're on a busy schedule, and especially with this test, it needs to kind of be run in the morning because they need to fast a little bit. So taking it in the afternoon is not feasible for a lot of people, especially because they can't drink coffee until after they take this test.
Okay, great. I think Asha's ready to go. So we can move
come on in the room. So we already kind of took your intake, your height, your weight. Sorry, we already kind of took her intake, her height, her weight, and her current fitness level. And so she warmed up a little bit. And so what we have is here is our mask. All right. So we're gonna start with just a kind of fitting Yep, you just go ahead and throw it around. Just take that off. Go ahead. There you go. Cool. So remember, we want a good fit. So we want a good fit up top. Let me come on this side. I got it with my hand. Cool. And then right through the bottom, okay?
Okay. This thing is so hard to breathe in.
You okay?
I'm not sure where my nose is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a good seal? Is it coming through on the bottom?
It's coming through on the top.
Okay. So we just need to make it a little bit tighter. Okay. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
That better? I'm just going to move this up. That better for you? How does that feel?
Hard to breathe.
Hard to breathe?
But it's supposed to be like that, right? Like.
Yeah, it needs to be a perfect seal. So only the oxygen you're breathing in and out is only going to be in the mask.
Okay, so
Okay? There's going to be a hose right down here, okay? So we already calibrated the machine. What's going to happen, go ahead and stand on the treadmill. And we're just going to hook up. Now, she already has a heart rate monitor on. So like I said, we're just going to calibrate your first breath, okay? And this is going to come underneath her, okay? So, looking for a heart rate. So just nice and relaxed. So just breathe normally, okay? Right now we're trying to stabilize her heart rate, and we're just getting her normal breathing pattern. All right, so we've already established in terms of what we want her 1 mile run. So we're gonna get an average of that. We're gonna do, I think we said 5.5. So when the machine is up and waiting to be calibrated, we're going to run for about 3 minutes at a nice and easy pace. And after 3 minutes, she's going to hit the incline button, all right, by herself. And every minute after that, she's going to hit one incline, okay? The test of this is that's probably going to be anywhere from 7 to 15 minutes, all right? So I think Sabrina only got to 6 minutes. So let's see if you can beat her.
Challenge.
Challenge? Throw it out right there on social media. Oh, God. Sabrina, I hope you can hear me.
5 minutes.
Okay. So we're just, like I said, just relax. It's just waiting for a stable breathing heart rate, okay? Nice and relaxed. Just relax. So when she got on, her heart rate was about 130. It dropped a little bit. And as the test goes on, if you see the screen here, we'll have it all. Everything will be up to date and live, at live time. There we go. Nice and relaxed.
How many people do this per week?
We probably get about 6 to 8. I think with the RMR we do a lot more. I think people are hesitant to do this test because they think it's a max out test. This test is actually supposed to be an average test. So on a scale of 1 to 10, your RPE or rate of perceived exertion should be about a 6 or a 7. So the goal for this test is not to pass out, okay? You got to be able to be active and be able to remember what we said: thumbs up or thumbs down, okay? Now, when you do me a favor, so when we do the thumbs up and thumbs down, all right, your hands will come here, then you're just going to put your feet on the side, and then while I lower down the speed, okay? So, yep, just jump off like that, okay? All right, so if you notice, we already got our thing, and we will start the test in about 1 minute and 20 seconds, okay?
Coach, can other people try this test, like say, like if they're expectant mothers, post-surgical, or older people?
So if you notice that we have this test here, we also have an assault bag back there. And we are going to be getting some climbers coming in. So there are multiple ways that we can test this. Also on a bike as well, things like that. So there's multiple ways. You don't necessarily have to run to check aerobic capacity. So there's a lot of ways to do this
So
test.
this isn't just for people like in their prime fitness.
Correct. Like I said, it's a way to, we said check underneath the engine, kind of see where you're at, and to see where your fitness goals are. For everyone, their whole goal is, some people want to run faster, some people want to run longer, and we can kind of determine that. Okay.
I want to run faster. I know you can't hear me.
She said she wants to run faster.
What'd you say again, Asha?
I want to run faster. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Screenshot City right here. That's a meme.
I'm trying to do like the bang.
Hey, conserve your breath. All right.
Okay, we're going to start in about 10 seconds. Okay, I'll be standing here the whole time, okay?
Okay. Go to 5.5.
Go ahead and press, hold on real quick, let me just press, okay. Ah, go ahead. Yep. So you're going to be controlling everything on yourself? It'll be there. Go ahead. Yep, you're going to go up to 5.5, okay? That's good. All right. So we're going to go for about 3 minutes, okay? So right now, if you take a look at the screen, the blue line there is our heart rate. When she started, you notice how quickly it jumped, okay? And then your VO2 basically is the oxygen that's coming in on the green line, okay? And like I said, the longer the test will take, you'll see where the trend is gonna go.
Does the quantity matter? Like if this green line is at a higher, is there like a number that matters, or it just depends on?
So the way that the body works is there's a certain amount of oxygen that your body can intake per minute in terms of the way it's measured. So the more you can intake, and the more your body can kind of, I'm gonna say, consume to use, the more fit you are basically. So the higher this number is, so see this number right here? So let's look at that number. So that milliliter per kilogram per minute. So the higher that number is, that's the better for us. So we're gonna see during her age when we print it out to see where she's at on that. So we've been running for about 2 minutes now. In about a minute, she's gonna start increasing that incline, okay? And I think our goal was about 7 to 8 minutes, right?
What was the longest time or like most impressive one you've ever seen so far in here?
So it's actually the two guys that we've seen to be very competitive with this. Probably Jason Cunliffe of the Guam national soccer team. I think we just did him last week, and he was probably the highest that's been on this machine. So especially for his age, I mean his numbers are pretty much through the roof. And second on that list was I think it was Marcus Lopez. Yeah, Marcus Lopez, also a soccer guy. So he did it too. Actually, he did it when we first did it, so not bad. Okay, go ahead and hit that incline. Incline. There we go. So, did everyone watch Avengers yet or what?
So how often should they do this test? Like, let's say they do their initial test, they get their...
So, in terms of testing and procedures and protocols, depending on your goals, all right, go ahead, incline up. Incline. So in terms of your testing protocols and procedures, we recommend anywhere in between 6 to 8 weeks, just to make sure you're on par with your training protocol, and that way there can be changes within your training program and or recovery, nutrition, things like that.
And of course, you guys offer the training, supplementary training. Sorry. And of course, you guys offer the supplementary training to achieve those fitness goals, right? So.
Yes, I think the biggest thing with people, I think they're too much into this. See what's on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, and then, but we've been doing stuff like this for the last 22 years. So we're pretty proficient in what we do, especially movement screening, all this other types of stuff that we do offer around here. So, I mean, you don't have to go far, to be honest. You have about 10 seconds, okay? All right, go ahead and hit that incline. Cool, thumbs up. All right.
Do you talk about the other alternative option? Not this, but the RMR one, or the?
So the one that we also do have is called an RMR, resting metabolic rate, and basically what that tells us is your ability to burn calories or energy at a. Keep going. You hit the thing. Go ahead, keep going. Go. I hit the clip, the safety clip. I guess that's what they're there for, right? Go ahead, keep going. Don't worry. You're okay.
Thumbs up still, right?
Thumbs up, right? Not yet calling it? Okay, good. Okay, you're okay. Slight detour, we're okay. Okay, we're good. Okay. So with the RMR, like I said, resting metabolic rate, it gives us the ability to see how many calories you really burn at rest, meaning sedentary lifestyle, sitting on a couch. So a lot of people always underestimate or overestimate how many calories they can actually intake or they're burning during exercise. We can also find out which energy source that your body uses to burn calories. So for example, some people are fat burners, some people are carbohydrate burners. We can actually do it through metabolic testing, what you actually do. So we can modify diet, we can modify exercise programs to kind of help you achieve those goals. Go ahead and hit incline. Go. Yeah, they're all within the oxygen stuff. So yeah.
So Coach Asha's actually pretty fit. How is her diagnostic profile right now holding up to people of her age and her?
So what we won't really be able to tell right now. We detected some kind of. You can tell she's starting to breathe hard with her AT detected, and I can already tell just through her body language that she's already good. She's getting there. She's running about 32 right now, but like I said, for everyone, we have a printout afterwards. And when the printout right now it's blank, but we will print it out and we'd be able to tell her where she's at. Okay? You okay? Thumbs up? All right. All right, go ahead. Get it ready. Go ahead and incline. Yep, you can get it now. Good. You can tell her she's really young because her heart rate is really high. You okay? Just slipping a little bit? Okay. Just because of your hair. It's okay. So, in real time, are you okay? Thumbs up? Okay, so right now we're looking at an RER. That's basically, we're looking at what type of fuel she's burning at this point. So if I'm not mistaken, right now she looks like she's burning more fat at this point. See, right there? We have a chart for it as well, but so depending on where that's at. So basically she's in that aerobic state. All right, let's go. Thumbs down, okay, thumbs down. What did we say? Hands on the side. We're gonna lower it down. Relax, just relax, stop the test. Now, you can be lowering it down. There you go. There you go. The mask is gonna stay on, okay? It needs to stay on. It's just gonna get you breathing towards the end. Okay, go ahead and start walking for me. There you go. Nice and easy. So we already stopped the test. We're in a recovery mode, okay? Nice and easy. Just to kind of heart rate. There we go. We're going to go for about 2 minutes, okay? So we just want to see where that heart rate's going to drop to. Yep. About 90 more seconds, okay? Ooh. You got hard pretty quick, right?
Huh?
You got hard pretty fast?
What's a hit 5?
Yeah.
Same dramatically. So I feel like when the thing keeps falling in the back, it's making the thing
Come down.
come down. Like I feel like it can't get any oxygen.
We probably got another minute. Don't worry. Just trying to get the heart rate back down. If you notice, it was all the way to 198, I think, something like that. So it's pretty high.
If you're someone who's like a professional athlete, or someone who's very, very active, how often would you actually be administered this test?
Depending for your goals.
Okay, like you were mentioning Jason Cunliffe, right?
Yeah.
If you're at the caliber of like a Guam national team, how often would you take this?
Like for example, if I think they're headed off to tour to I don't know who they're playing, but probably about 6 to 8 weeks before my actual training or my actual leaving, making sure I'm fit enough. So those are the types of things that you're looking for. That way you can tell if he needs to adjust his training protocol, and or for him the biggest thing was the resting heart rate. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, let me see. All right, it's just saving the test. We've got to make sure it's saved up, and then we get to print the results.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
All right. Okay, let's just stop that. Okay, remember we said we can unbuckle. Everywhere. Better relax.
Yeah, how are you feeling? How was it?
I feel okay now, but during, it got pretty tiring at the end.
How'd you feel when it hit that? You said the 5-minute mark.
No, when it hit when your incline reaches to like level 5, that's when I could really feel it. And I felt like the mass was holding down my nose, so I couldn't really breathe, but maybe I'm just really out of shape too, so.
You got indentations on your cheeks.
I know. It's okay. That was cool though. I've never done something like this before, so I'm pretty excited to see the results. Tell me how out of shape I am.
Doesn't want to print for you.
don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Okay. I don't know how to read this, so.
Okay, so we're gonna
I'll
read
hand
it
you the
together.
mic.
All right, so let's look at this together. All right, so first and foremost, we wanted to see where our fitness level is at, right? So for someone that's your height, your gender, all right, your weight. So our fitness level is going to be right down here, okay? So
Oh my
between
God.
the ages of 20 and 29, your score was between 29 and 32, so you're fair. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing, okay? That's a good thing, okay? Now a couple of things else we're going to check out. Basically our heart rate zones, okay? So one of the biggest things I think with any training protocol, a lot of people don't take advantage of using a heart rate monitor, and it's super important in terms of course, energy levels, in terms of where we're at, and we use it as a recovery tool, especially when people say, oh yeah, I'm just going to go for a light jog. Some people sprint for a light jog, so we can always determine the work effort by heart rate. Right?
Okay.
So for us, your work rate or your for a low day would be anywhere from 112 to 179. Your moderate would be 179 to 187. Your high is 187 to 197, and your peak would be 197 to 200.
Okay.
Things we're looking for, so if you notice on the bottom it says calories per hour. If you work out in this time zone, you're working out from anywhere from 16 to 509. From here it's 509 to 44 and so forth, all right? So couple things that we're looking for in terms of a training program, all right? So we always want to be above the low because the low is kind of a warm up, and in terms of training, we always want to be between the green and yellow, all right? The
Okay.
peak is something that we want to kind of stay away
where I
from.
was.
No, just for a little bit, but just for a little bit. But if you notice, right when you maybe the last
Yeah.
45 seconds, you're probably around here. So we always want to train between this green and yellow, and of course, depending on your sport and what your goals are, all right, this would determine what workout where you're at in terms of your moderate high. So remember how I was saying that some people just say, oh yeah, I'm going to go for a recovery day today. So a recovery day should be between low to moderate. A hard day should be between moderate to high. And then of course, a real peak day, sprint training, things like that should be at that peak. And remember, these should be intermixed, so it shouldn't be all on that. You know?
Yeah.
Now, a couple things we're looking for. A lot of times people want to see, like I said, calories per hour and burning. So for us, like I said, between this green and yellow, the heart rate, so for you will be most beneficial. So we call this a fat burning or aerobic zone. So we say between blue and green. So for us, we would probably want if you want to burn about 300 calories per hour, you want to get your heart rate above 150. So now you have quantified proof data that is like, oh, okay, I need to make sure my heart rate is above this. That way, when I say, okay, how many calories did I actually burn, right? Then you already know.
Okay.
Bang, you already
From
know.
that point.
On to there, okay?
Yeah.
Same thing with their other heart rate, right? 170, you would burn about 442, all right? Things like that. Now let's see where we started. So our peak was at 200. Okay, peak was at 200. So after 1 minute, remember we said we're gonna have a 2 minute. It was about 159. 159 and then 135. What we always like to see after this position, especially after the 1 minute mark, is at least a 10% decline of your heart rate. So that's fairly good for us. I said we're saying that you're actually recovering. You're not staying at that level, which we don't want, especially after peak heart rate. And then we'll talk about our VO2. All right, so milliliters of oxygen that you're consuming. All right, per minute, you peaked at 32.2. Okay, like I said, so you see the numbers here, right? So if you hit 33, you'd be good, and so forth like that. A little bit harder. No, but remember, no matter how hard you went, it's how's your
Yeah,
body's ability.
still-
So the only thing that you would be doing if you went harder was breathing harder. Nothing more. All right, it's your body's ability to be able to move that oxygen in and out. Okay. Do you have any more questions?
No. At least I know I'm not that in shape
So
and that out
how
of
does
shape.
Asha improve on that, like the VO2 rate and?
Perfect. Okay, so we can lead into this now. In terms of moving forward, all right, and for us, right, we wanted to get this number up. So we basically struggled when the incline went to about 5, all right? So that means we need to work a little bit more higher in the higher level efforts. So suggestion in terms of training methodology, and maybe about 15 to 20 minutes more in terms of getting your heart rate higher. So a lot of people think time and distance, that's one thing, but I think training your heart rate is also another factor in that as well, okay? So it's just not running, around 3 miles. It's
Yeah.
3 miles at what
pace?
what heart rate, where are you going at? So I think intermixing those things with maybe some, what do you call that? Anaerobic HIIT workouts, things like that, some strength training as well, wouldn't hurt either. Okay?
Well, final question, all right, and probably the most important one. How did she rank against Sabrina? And you're not committing any HIPAA violations by revealing that.
Okay, so not gonna lie. Okay, so we went fair. She went fair, and then so I'm gonna just say Sabrina was under the very low part.
All right, so there.
No, that's a huge difference.
Okay.
Remember, it's because of age too. So everything, it's between the age levels. So 20 to 29, your VO2 should be a little bit higher. Okay. For her age, it's going to be a little bit lower just because of her age, right? And the way her metabolic machinery works. All right. Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Sorry, one more question. Like, these are the different zones or levels of heart rate, right? Mm-hmm. As your fitness improves, those ranges increase, or are like you predisposed?
So what's going to happen is after, if you remember how we said maybe take the test anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, these numbers will change. So your VO2 will change, so that in essence, the lowest number should be raised. So we always say about 60% of your heart rate is a good starting area for where you want. So that 60% is going to be at a higher rate. Excuse me, at a lower because you're fitter. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. All right, thank you, Paul. That was pretty tough, to say the least. I definitely want to improve on my cardio and my fitness level because, you know, health is very important these days, especially with all the food out there that are bad for you or whatnot. But thank you guys for joining us this morning. Thanks again to you guys. Really interesting stuff here going on. You guys should check them out on Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform.
Yeah, we're there. Blueprint,
All right.
Blueprint Project KUAM.
All right. Thank you again, and bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.